Okay, good evening, one and all present here. If we notice, we are surrounded by variety of products. Have we ever thought how they had reached to us? They have undergone a journey that witnessed transformation from raw material to semi-finished product to final product and transfer of ownership among different parties for adding value, transportation of material from one location to another location, and many more activities. All the efforts for the movement of material from its origin to final destination come under supply chain management. Now we can relate how important role transportation holds in managing supply chain. Transportation is not merely change in geographical coordinates. There is a well-organized thought process behind the scene in the direction of having expert insights of transportation to enhance skills to avail opportunities of that area. I, Dr. Manoj Srivastav, Associate Professor and Area Chair of Operations and Supply Chain Management, IMT CDL, welcome you all to this session, Transportation, a New Driver of Supply Chain Job Market. For this, I take the privilege to welcome and introduce the industry expert, Mr. G. Harikaran. Mr. G. Harikaran has 17 years of rich experience in supply chain management with end-to-end logistics operations and solutions. Presently, he is heading the transportation pan-India for Bajaj Electricals Project with Mahindra Logistics Limited. Bajaj Electrical contract is more than 1,000 crores deal where 70% business is transportation. He has set up this entire project from scratch, that is from transport, procurement, route optimization, and other transport operations. He has reworked on all India transportation network for all formats of future group from big bazaar apparels to food, furniture, dairy, and electronics. He has previously headed the logistics division of Jindal Cement, Ultratech Cement, Bharti Cement, and Gati KWE. In the pursuit of his passion in solving supply chain problems, he founded and built Apna Logistics Solutions Private Limited with the brand name Apna Trucks, which is on-demand trucking app. In 2017, it was selected in Economic Times Power of Ideas, and there it demonstrated an appreciable presence. And finally, there is a matter of pride for all of us that he is an alumnus of IMT CDL from 2009-10 batch. So I request Mr. Harikaran to share his expertise and continue the session. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the great introduction, Manojji. And it's my pleasure to be part of this session. And I'm very happy to associate with IMT CDL since last 12 years. And recently, they have chosen me as an executive member also for the alumni for next 2 years. And okay, now I just wanted to go through my presentation where already he introduced about me, but I want to take some of the key challenges where exactly the transportation is standing. And apart from that, as a student, okay, what are the skills required to something like gain in your education journey to compete with the in job market, right? So I'm just displaying my presentation. Okay, is that everyone can able to see?
Yes, visible.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's already introduction has been done, but I just wanted to give a small glimpses. So I started my career at the age of 18 years. So after my polytechnic diploma, I started working with one of the tiles company, then later with Gati at the age of 19. So parallelly, I enrolled my evening college for BCom. Then in the year 2009 and 10, I done my PG diploma in supply chain from IMT Ghaziabad. And I was the youngest general manager cadre in Jindal Steel at the age of 28. After that, okay, in the year 2013 and 14, I wanted to do something different in technology for the transportation. For all the return load integrations can be done in a single platform. So I just started working on Apna trucks. So it is more into collaborative platform and also a on-demand trucking app. So I just bootstrapped for around 1.5 2 years in the year from 2017 to 2019. Then again I started my career onto the with the Future Group, and now I'm with the Mahindra Group. So before that, okay, this is our objective of the learning for this session. So nowadays, everyone, I'm not saying about the student, but most of the job seekers and who are already working, they have the LinkedIn profiles, right? Similar to Insta and Facebook. Now the importance is something like this is great for the LinkedIn since last 3 to 4 years. Okay, so having a good profile, okay, and optimizing the profile is very crucial for the job seekers. Okay, we will just discuss for 10 minutes on the LinkedIn profile, how to something like more optimize your profile. Okay, then we will discuss on the issues in the logistics, and then what are the management expectations, okay, in terms of job roles, whichever you will take care of in the coming future. Okay, and what will the keys to success in transportation, how you can enable future ready for the growing market. So before going into the detailed discussion on the LinkedIn profile, since last my 3 jobs, I got it from LinkedIn itself. Means it's not on the job role. I directly approach the CEOs and the logistic heads who are the decision makers in those roles. I directly approach them. Since 2014, I have not more active into Naukri and other job sites because I just built my capabilities to directly reach to the people through LinkedIn. Okay, even to the investors also when I was running my startup. Okay, so all my last 3 jobs got it from the LinkedIn. So it's very powerful, the LinkedIn tool. So we need to understand how the people react and how we can connect with the people. Okay. So making a good profile, LinkedIn profile. So you should have a something like a 6-step guide. Okay. The first one is you should have a close photo professional shoot, and you should have a great headline. Okay, what exactly what you are. Okay, the headline is very much important. If you are into logistics, so you just write about more passion about logistics. Okay, if you are an influencer, you can mention that. If you are a digital marketer, you need to write that on the headline. The headline is very much important. It will also help you in SEO search engine. So whoever will be the job providers will search in the LinkedIn, so that based on the headline, it will further shortlist your profiles. So creating a summary about your journey and about your story. Okay, I will show you my profile also for 2 minutes, and build the credibility with the references. Okay, you can just give your something like case to the other people. Okay, you can just uh, something like if they are good in supply chain, if they are good in transportation, you can just give the credits on the LinkedIn. The feature is available. And after that, create a memorable page based on all the last 4 steps, and this will help you the candidates to more optimize on your profile and more visible to the job recruiters, right? So like as I said, the good photo shoot and the headline which describes what you wanted to do. Okay, and a summary about you. Okay, what accomplishes you have done. Okay, what are the achievements you have done, you can mention in the about your story here after the headline. Okay, and the background image. So in the Canva also you can get the free images. Okay, you can also mention your company name or whatever you wanted to do, you can just mention in the background image. It is very eye catching, that space. So that space should be very much you need to optimize, because it's a first, whenever the recruiter will see, okay, the background image and your image will be more important. Okay, then easy ways to contact you, you can mention your email ID and phone number. Okay, so most of them will not mention the phone number, it's okay, but email ID is compulsory. Okay, if they wanted to contact you. And as I said, I can just skip this. Okay, this is the examples how the photo shoot means profile pic need to be done for the LinkedIn particularly, because it's not a Facebook and Insta. So if you have more professional shoot, it will be great help for your profile. Like I have given some of examples here. And I will run through my profile. Okay, how I actually optimized my page. So everyone can able to see my LinkedIn profile, right? I'm just keeping in full screen. Okay. So you can see the headline. Okay. So what exactly I'm doing now? So I'm Deputy General Manager Transportation at Mahindra Logistics. Okay. I added the background image. Okay. It's my wife's startup. It's into incense story. We are into natural agarbatti. So that the three vision words like regenerate, temper, preserve, that image I have kept to support them for women entrepreneurship. After that, about you. Okay, so whatever achievements you have done in your college days or early in your career, you can just mention it there, so that the recruiters or any customers, if you are into a freelancing or in a business, so customer can be read out about you, what you are exactly, okay, what help you can do for them, right? That can be, you can mention. And whatever the post you, okay, that is anyway the activity, the recent activity they can able to see. And whatever about your education and experiences, please select it from the drop down box. Whenever if you're working with the Tata Group, okay. So please select it from the drop down box. Whenever you enter the experience, right, or your college name, you please select from the drop down, which is already added into the LinkedIn. Okay. Then the search engine optimization will be work more effectively. Some of them they directly write the company, but they don't select from the drop down because this is already added into the LinkedIn profile pages. And after that, your education, right, your certification, everything can be mentioned, so that it will give the more credibility. So these are all will help you to create a good LinkedIn profile. One second, some disturbances. So if you have anybody have any doubts, you can directly ask me by unmuting themselves. Okay, so the profile picture, the headline, a summary, and the references, career page, then you are good to go for getting found by the recruiters. Then now we will pitch into our core presentation, which is about transportation. So what are the major issues in our transportation, right? So I just highlighted few of them. Okay, this which is something like majorly it is to the disrupting our transportation, right? So high truck turnaround time. Okay, why this is happening? Okay, due to low communication, low fleet management, low data analytics. Okay, and highly broker dominated market. So these are all traditional transporters who are more than 80-85%. They are actually dominating the market, and with the broker penetration and the low order tracking and the no information flow. Okay, when we talk about the customer experience, right now the e-commerce has started using the technology, and they're at good pace now. Okay, now we can able to track each and every consignment, right? They are giving the tracking links through emails and SMS, and also from the apps we can track it. If you talk about past 5 to 7 years back, it's very low in terms of technology penetration. But due to this COVID, the using of technology it's increased more now. Okay. So out of this, the low profitability and efficiency due to lack of collaboration in getting quick return loads. Okay. So most of them, the transporters give the one-way quotes only, one-way rates only to the customers, whether it is B2B or B2C. Okay. And underutilized due to variance in demand and supply, and absence of technology, which I already said, due to fragmented and unorganized players, which are dominating the market now. So after this COVID, the most of the individual truck owners, like our industry dominated by individual truck owners, which is below 5 truck owners. So now they understand the technology now, and they started using the GPS tracking and SIM triangulation tracking. Now it is in space now. So they are slowly adopting the technology now. So anybody have any doubt here? In the middle of presentation also we can discuss, or after the presentation also we have the Q&A session separately. And Manoj, I couldn't able to see the comment screen because I'm into presenting mode now. So if anybody writes any comments, we can just speak out. Yeah.
Okay, sir, you can do one thing in top ribbon. You can see there is a chat icon. So if you press that, you can see, and I will let you know during the session if it comes to you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
You can keep continuing.
Yeah. So, what will the possible solution? Like when I started my startup, when I thought these are the possible solution where industry collaboration need to be done, where advanced truck and load planning to be visible to the individual truck owners. Right, it's a marketplace demand is more in terms of transportation, but which is very early stage in Indian market now. And logistics management solution like full truck load assurance for the both the ways, for the onward and return, for the both the journeys. If the trucker can able to get the load assurance, then it will be great helpful for them. And driver relay model, which is recently some of the startups have started. And web-based platforms, which will be more asset light, and the SaaS subscription type of services can be help for the individual technology, because everybody cannot afford the in-house technologies, right? So web-based and SaaS-based platform need to be easily accessible to the transporters, then it will be affordable also for them. So based on when once they started using the technology, then definitely they get the data and the further analytics can be done on that. Okay. So coming to the our logistics market. Okay, so it is further divided into logistics cost, further divided into express, road freight, air freight, rail freight, and port related. Okay, and when we talk about it, it's between 275 billion to 290 billion US dollars. The India market is, and it is a compounding CAGR. It is growing up to 10 to 11% now. So out of that, if I talk about 96 billion is under move. Move is nothing but by surface and by road and by rail. Okay. And around 85 billion dollars will be into services, and 24.75 billion into the storage like warehousing, right? And out of 275 billion, 68.75 will be on to the inventory itself. So inventory is also a logistics cost, right, for the companies. So Express 3PL share is very less. It is only 9% out of 275 billion. We talk about road freight, like the full truck loads, right? The open trucks, when we talk about, it's around 38.5, which is 40%. And air freight, it is 9.6 billion dollars, and the ratio will be at 10%. And the rail, which is a bigger part, which is playing into our Indian logistics role, which is 30%, and 28.9 billion dollars. And port related is 11.6, which is around 12%. So what are different transportation legs? Okay. So how the transportation will happen in our India market? So, okay, majorly we talk about primary transportation. Okay, primary and pre-primary transportation. It is nothing but from factories to your plants, to your warehouses, or supply to your plant factories. Okay, from factories to your warehouses, central warehouse you can call, and warehouse to warehouse transportation, like you have a central warehouse and further you have branch warehouses. So between that movement you'll also call primary transportation. Okay, and warehouse to the large distributors, dealers, OEMs. If you're directly serving from central warehouse, it will come under primary. Otherwise, if you're serving from your branch warehouse, it will come under the secondary transportation. So how this primary transportation will happen? generally higher capacity vehicles like 32 feet single axle, multi axle, right? 40 feet containers, and mostly these commercial model will be on a per trip basis. Okay, and coming to the next second leg, it will be onto secondary transportation. So secondary transportation mostly happen in FTL or LTL, less than truckload. FTL nothing but full truckloads. LTL is nothing but less than truckloads. So I'm just giving a overall summary how what are the different legs of the transportation, so you can just get an idea. So the secondary transportation will usually happen in FTL and LTL. So mostly it is to B2B deliveries in city and upcountry deliveries. Upcountry is nothing but other than the city deliveries like interstate and other than states. And which will be mostly appointment based deliveries and scheduled time deliveries. Like e-commerce also you can give an example under this. Like modern trade, general trade, stores, canteen deliveries, military canteens, right? Project site deliveries. For example, if L&T metro construction is going on, okay, they need supply of cement and steel. Okay, so it will come under the project site deliveries. They have different sites which is constructed in a city. Then further they will give the orders to the ready mix concrete mixers or to the cement companies. Okay, so that they give the project details, project addresses, so it will be further delivered to them. It will come under secondary transportation. So how this secondary transportation usually happens? Generally, it is into light commercial vehicles and vehicles will be mostly used in this, like Tata Ace, pickup, Tata 407, 10
Sir,
feet. It can, yeah,
sorry to interrupt you.
yeah,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah. Tell me, please.
Sir, if you can see the raised hand in the that bar, between raised hand and people icon, there is a chat icon. If you click on that, you can see the
Yeah,
chat.
actually, I was in a presentation mode, so that's why I could not able to see. Okay.
Okay, there is one query from a student side that what is port related transportation? Someone is willing to know. And I ask everyone to keep on posting their questions. And after end of the session, at the end of the session, end of the presentation, you will be able to unmute yourself and discuss with sir, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay,
So the port related it will be mostly into export and import related services, right? And uh, the cost which are spending on that for the transportation of these usually happen into the containers, okay, the 20 feet and 40 feet containers. So for moving from port to the final destination to the customer, it will cover under this transportation cost. So that is further under move, this further divided into road, rail, express, and air. That is further divided into 4 different legs. Okay, is that my PPT visible? One second. Yeah, yeah, got it.
yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah, yeah. So coming to the secondary transportation, it's mostly happen in lighter commercial vehicles like Tata Ace, pickup vehicles, Bolero pickup, and 10 feet Tata 407 and 14 feet and up to 20 feet. Because due to city restrictions, the bigger vehicles cannot be used in intercity movements and intra-city movements. Intercity, it will be mostly into 20 feet and 30 vehicle, but intra-city, it will be smaller vehicles only. So how the commercial model will look like into this? So monthly dedicated type of vehicles, okay, monthly billing will be there. Okay, for example, Tata is okay, I'm willing to pay 35 to 40,000. Okay, so under that 3,000 kilometers will be covered, something like that. And per trip basis and per kg and per case or per unit basis also can be done in the secondary transportation leg. And next, the further leg will be into the last mile delivery, B2C transportation. See, there is a difference between the secondary and to the B2C transportation. The entire ball game will change here when we come to the B2C. So B2C it will be more challenging in terms of the assuring the services and timely deliveries, right? So it's mostly happen in the less than truck only, less than truckloads. Okay, bikers nowadays bikers will be playing more role here, right? And multi drop, multi pickup deliveries will happen here. It's not like into the B2B. B2B, what will happen? Okay, the mostly if I book for 40 coolers, for example, okay, the 40 coolers will be mostly into one showroom or in the two showroom, something like that. When you come into the B2C, the entire picture will change. Okay, the different customer order one or two products for them. Okay, whether it is into a book or it will be a laptop, it will be a TV. So what will happen in this model? So multi drop will be there and also multi pickups, right? If they have contract with a B2C company, okay, for example, they are tied with my instance story for Agarbatti. So okay, they will be having one pickup center for me. Okay, one another pickle company will be there. So there will be another pickup for them. Okay, they will consolidate all the pickup loads into one single load. Then further they will connect to the under bigger vehicles to other cities. And these are based mostly on the scheduled time deliveries. And there is a reverse transportation also will happen here, right? So for this also, all the smaller vehicles will be used, and nowadays, the more bikers also will be using for this type of B2C deliveries. It will be happen on per trip basis and per unit basis, right? Manojji, if you can display the presentation, I can able to see the comments, and otherwise it is in a presentation mode. I could not able to see the teams.
Okay,
Otherwise,
sir.
I can. Otherwise, you can tell me whenever anybody hand raises or any comment. Yeah.
Sorry for intervening. Good evening, Hari.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm Preeti Sharma, and I would suggest that you please continue with the presentation, and towards the end you can look at because that way it will be their query will be addressed at the same time presentation pace will be maintained.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah.
I would
Thank you,
suggest
Preeti,
that
ma'am.
please continue with the presentation. Towards last 10 minutes you can cover the query. Okay.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, sure.
Okay. Nice to hear to you. Good.
Thank you, ma'am. Same here. Okay. So, so in my earlier slide, I told about what are different legs. Okay. So primary, secondary, and the last mile delivery, right? So now we will come to the transport service need sector wise. So it's further divided into six different sectors. I just kept separately for the like petroleum chemicals. Okay, it's entirely different ball game. So I'm not included in this PPT. But whatever the major sectors, right, like automotive and engineering, FMCG, commodities like cement, steel, right, and electronics and FMCD and IT electronics, healthcare and retail ecom I covered in this slide. Okay, the petrochemicals will be a separate type of discussions where I don't have much expertise into that. But under this, I covered all the industries in my career. So I thought to put these sectors here. So first, I will take on the automotive and engineering. Okay. So what is the sector need in terms of automotive? Where here the mostly it will happen into the milk run collections like cross docking, line haul, shuttle into the plant, and JIT delivery. JIT nothing but just in time. Okay. And spare part distribution, which will happen in FTL as well as into PTL also. It will usually happen how the automotive engineering will move. Okay, they have an in-plant logistics, so they move to a central warehouse. So from the central warehouse, they capture the demand. Okay, based on the city-wise demand, they will be having the branch warehouses. This further can be useful for them like a fulfillment center for their dealers and suppliers, or to the direct consumers also. So spare parts will be mostly the business done by dealers itself, dealers and suppliers. And how this will happen to the regional distribution centers. CDC is nothing but central distribution center. RDC is nothing but regional distribution center. And further to the delivery centers. DC is nothing but delivery center. Okay. So we'll come to the FMCG. So how the FMCG will work. So FMCG transportation mostly happen in FTL, full truck loads. Okay. It will happen from plant to the delivery center and delivery center to the further branch delivery center. Okay, that is called as primary transportation. And coming to the secondary transportation, it's mostly from the delivery center to the dealers. It will be a modern trade, and any government bodies or canteen, military canteen deliveries will happen. It will be a mix of both FTL and LTL mode of transportation. Okay, so and for FMCG, like what will happen? They have multiple factories, right? Based on their products, based on their demand in the different regions. Okay, they can go with the own factories or they can go with the subcontract manufacturing to further other manufacturing companies. Okay, it will be contract manufacturing, you can say. So based on that, they will create a central warehouses. They can all the pre-primary pickups, you can say, from different factories to the central warehouse. It is called pre-primary pickup. It can be happen in from port to the central warehouse also. Okay, if a customer, if an FMCG or FMCD customer, they are importing their goods from different other countries like China, okay, from other Ukraine and other countries. So it will come to the port. So picking up from the port to the central warehouse also called pre-primary transportation. Okay. Next, we will come to the commodities. I'm just given an example for cement and steel. This is mostly happen in FTL itself. Okay, the full truck loads from the factories to their dealers and to their you can say branch. In the cement steel, they don't call warehouse, they call godowns. So cement godowns or steel godowns, they will bring to their respective bigger regions so that it can help them in terms of further fulfillment, in terms of more demand in the month ends. So initially what will happen, how this cement and steel company works. So initially first 1 week to 10 days of the time, they don't get more retail orders. Okay. So they will just fill all these godowns which are located in the cities, bigger cities. Then after 10th or 15th, they start getting orders from their regular dealers. Right. And usually it is a push model. So in the month end, they used to push more volumes. And for during the first 10 to 15 days, these godowns will further work as a fulfillment center for them. And secondary transportation usually happen from these godowns to the dealers, and further retail construction companies, you can say, further they will deliver to that. And majorly it is into FTL, and all the major cement and steel companies located under 500 to 700 kilometers only. They locate their market and their factories around 500 to 600 kilometers only. But otherwise, the logistic cost, something like it will be very higher for them. It will be not feasible for them. So all the cement company located near to the limestones, which is naturally available. Then you can anybody can see any videos in the cement, how the cement will make. So you can give an example. So their logistics distribution designed for 500 to 600 kilometers only. So if they want to send the farther locations, okay, they use by rail. So they have the 42 and 58 BCN wagons. They have the indenting system with the Indian Railways. So whenever they want to push more material to the longer distance, so they use by rail transportation. So further they can connect 800,000 or 2,000 kilometers also. It is cheaper compared to the road transportation. So road transportation is very limited up to 500 kilometers or 600 kilometers for the cement and steel particularly. And next I'm coming to the FMCD. So it's into electronics. It's mostly happen in FTL transportation for all the primary movements. Secondary transportation, it will be a mix of FTL and PTL based on the orders they receive for further fulfillment. And also there will be spare part transportation here and a reverse transportation also. For example, I will give you an example of Bajaj Electricals. So Bajaj Electricals is a 1,000 crore deal which we signed from Mahindra Logistics. So Paranam, they have spent of 200 crores. Out of that, 75% will be on road transportation and 25% will be for the warehousing. So they have different plants. They have given the contract manufacturing. So we collect pre-primary pickups from them and we procure to our central warehouses, and we have 11 branch warehouses across India, and we further distribute based on the orders and the demand to further branch warehouses. So they have 558 dealers, you can say VIP dealers. They have a program called RREP, Range and Reach Expansion Program. So we have to deliver within 3 days of their order. So we designed this model entire pan India for within the 11 branch warehouses. This further deliver under 3 days. So all the geographical and the transport network planned like that, so that we could able to reach under 3 days to the dealers, whichever they are located, whether it is northeast, whether it is in Jammu Kashmir, wherever. So we further divided further. We developed the network and we are doing successfully since last 1 year. So mostly the secondary transportation happen under PTL mode only. when we talk about upcountry movements. Okay, for an example, from Hyderabad, if you want to deliver to Vijayawada and Vishakhapatnam, it will go on to the PTL mode itself. If it is in a city, it will be a full truck loads or a milk run basis. For example, Vijay Sales in Mumbai, they have given orders of 20 coolers, but we need to supply these 20 coolers for 5 different showrooms. So how this can be happen? We cannot send the FTL to all the 5 showrooms because the order is less, only 20 coolers, right? So we run 2 or 1 vehicle based on their location of the showroom. We run the milk runs there. So we just deliver those coolers to different showrooms and we will come back. So it will be a mix of milk run, PTL and FTL when we talk about FMCD or FMCG companies. And coming to the healthcare, it's a more crucial one. Okay, it's something like FTL transportation more done by mostly into the temperature control. Okay, the most of the medicine will be moved to the temperature control, and it will be done from plant to delivery centers and delivery center to further branch or smaller godowns, you can say. And secondary distribution will happen from delivery center to the dealers, distributors, and different partners, mainly into the LTL and surface express, and sometimes by air movements also. Based on the different type of products, which is more crucial for healthcare, it can further deliver by air shipments also. And next part, we are coming to the retail and e-commerce. So since last 7 to 8 years, there are more penetration of e-commerce companies and marketplace platforms to in India, and it is something like day by day the user, the customer expectation is going high. You can also see the ads, right? Within 2 hours delivery, right? Within 4 hours delivery. So the expectation is going high, and the meeting that service levels and the deliveries, it is also a challenge. That is particular for a bigger metro cities, right? Due to the traffics and lot other practical challenges. So how these companies are further going into that? So most of you maybe heard like dark stores, right? Like Geo and other companies tying up with the smaller retail companies, so that these retail shops can further will be used as a fulfillment center for their products. So then only they can able to deliver within 1 hour or within 2 hours of time. Otherwise, these warehouses, for example, in Mumbai, majority of the warehouses located in Bhiwandi, right? Bhiwandi, and it's a far from the city. So coming from Bhiwandi to the central of the Mumbai, it take at least 2.5 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours. So this further delivery, it will not happen under the promise. So how these technology companies going further is like developing the dark stores and tying up with the smaller retail chains or smaller supermarkets, so that those SKUs can be visible and the inventory planning can be done based on their apps. The orders fulfillment can be go to the retail shops. They can see in their apps or whatever the medium platform given to them, right? So like from the final procurement from the factories, or you can say from the companies like HUL or Nestle, how this will happen? So FTL transportation will be there from their factories to the Amazon or Flipkart warehouses, for example. This is called first mile, right? So once the Amazon and Flipkart collected these full truck loads into their central warehouses, they further connect these SKUs, these products, to their further branch warehouses. That will be further help as a fulfillment center. That will be called middle mile. There will be a first mile, then next mid mile, and last mile. So last mile nothing but direct end customer deliveries. So here, last mile delivery, it will be end-to-end customer deliveries, home deliveries, you can say. So majorly for all the e-commerce for the B2C only, they develop the network. And majorly the multi-drop will be done here, and the smaller vehicles will be used, right? Like Tata AS and pickup vehicles, and the by bikers, the delivery boys will be used here mostly. So these are 6 different sector-wise need. I just put it in a one single slide, how this transportation will be done in these service sectors. And the students can take this snapshot or something like screenshot, and further PPT also will be shared, I think, by Manoj ji. So it will give you an idea about how the transportation works in different industries. See, the core element will be into the transportation only. So based on different products, okay, different nature of business, it is slightly changes, right? Okay, okay, we'll move to the next slide. If because see, this is a bigger slide and the lot of points are covered here. So if anybody want to ask questions, please ask here. They can unmute themselves. Or else we can move to the next slide. In the Q&A, we can further discuss. Yeah. Okay. So what will be the operational efficiency strategies? Okay. We talked about how the transportation works in different sectors. Okay. What are the issues in transportation and what will be the possible solutions, right? So without technology, nothing will be happen here. So the technology will be plays a very vital role nowadays. Okay. So we will talk on the what will be the more focus to something like efficiently run the operations, right? So service quality. So how the service quality will speak here. So right vehicle placement. Okay. If you have a requirement of 40 coolers, if you want to send, okay. So 40 coolers, what will be the right vehicle I need to place for the load? So the utilization of the vehicle also plays a major role. If you send an underutilized truck, it will be a loss for you. It will be a freight loss for you, for your company, right? So adherence to the defined processes, vehicle utilization, you need to ensure the vehicle utilization also, and debts free and damage free. You can say debts is nothing but damages, extras, pilferages, right? So damage free and safe and right product delivery to your end customer. That is comes under service quality, and we need to ensure this under transportation. And next will be timelines. Okay, on time placement of the vehicle, on time delivery, and on time POD. POD nothing but proof of delivery, the acknowledgement where the customer signs, yes, I received the goods, and this is the signature of them. So the on time uploading of the POD and freight invoicing. These timelines need to be added. Next, coming to the competitive pricing. Okay, so how you will derive, okay, the right pricing or something like the best freight you already procured for your company. So it depends on vehicle utilization also, right? You procured for an example, you procured a 32 feet single axle vehicle from Mumbai to Hyderabad for 45,000. Okay, you got some 1-2,000 plus or minus, you got a better rate. But if you underutilize that vehicle, so your product logistics cost will increase, right? This is basic simple maths. So getting the maximum utilization of this vehicle will be plays a vital role to reduce your pricing. Okay, continuous engagement for better sourcing. Okay, you need to be. I call my transporter as a business associate, and also in Mahindra we call business associates, right? So continuous engagement will give you a better something like relationship and control on your sourcing, and next will be the dedicated was trip basis. Okay, as I said, Vijay sales, they have daily loads, for example. Okay, so I'm placing the vehicle on trip basis. For example, Tata is for 2,000 rupees daily. I'm placing from Bhiwandi to all other showrooms of Vijay sales. I know under 30 days, if I remove Sundays for 4 days, 26 days I get the load from Vijay sales. So why should I go on trip basis, right? If you procure on a dedicated basis, okay, then it will be more helpful for you. And for this, you need to also analyze, okay, my detention of the vehicle is not more in that particular showroom. If any particular showroom that the vehicle is detaining more, then dedicated base model will not work there. Then trip base, okay, एक बार मैं ट्रिप उठा लिया, मैंने गया, अगर डिटेन भी होता है तो ठीक है, ट्रांसपोर्टर स्कोप में आता है उस पे, ठीक है, डिटेन हुआ तो चलो वो वेट कर लेता है सेम डे पे. If we increase next day, then he will charge the detention charges. For the dedicated model, you need to ensure that okay, at the end customer place, the vehicle should not detain. Then the dedicated model will be more helpful to doing the more trips in the month. It will also reduce your cost. And next point will be efficiency of the transportation processes. how you will effectively something like ensure the SOPs and processes of your transportation, right? Manually you can do. So you should have a great tech where for the transportation TMS will plays a vital role. TMS nothing but transport management system. I'm coming on that slide next. Usage of TMS, strengthen end user and super user wide training, periodic review of operational KPIs and dashboards. Okay. And next point will be quality of transport infrastructure and resource. Okay. So you have pan India setup. You are delivering your customer goods entire India or any regional level. Okay. So if any query comes or any damages comes, okay, how your customer reach out to you, even for tracking of your consignment also. So you should have a control tower setup and develop a quality manpower and availability of office and IT infra for TMS operations, right? And what will be the major role of control tower? Control tower will be more into the track and trace and visibility, right? Use of technologies like FARI and other SIM triangulation and technology app-based tracking facilities can be, you can use GPS monitoring, mobile tracking, and integration of TMS with other applications for real-time data flow. Okay, if you are a marketplace of transportation, okay, so you're working with 100 different transporters. So how you will ensure of this tracking? So you can able to check, okay, what are the different transport management software they are using. Your TMS can able to integrate those data points also, so that your end customer can get an access of that. For example, Shiprocket. I'm giving an example of Shiprocket. So Shiprocket have a tie-up with Gati, Blue Dart, Safe Express, Delivery, and Express Base. Okay, they have tie-up with all the regional and national players. Okay, so I want to send my agarbattis to for entire India. Okay, so I'm just whatever order will come under my website, the further orders will be flowed to the Shiprocket dashboard. I can able to select whichever is the lower freight, or I can auto select also based on the rates. Okay, this can happen through the integration also. So then the delivery or the express will come for pickup, whichever is the lower cost for me. For example, I wanted to send from Mumbai to Delhi. Okay, the simply based on the lowest rate or the best rating rate, I will assign the task to for that particular delivery company, and the pickup will happen. So how this can happen? Due to the integrations itself. So they will use different softwares, but one single integration also will help for all the visibilities. It will improve your customer experience. If you give tracking of express base or delivery Gati through the SMS for the different customers for different companies, it will be a big headache for them. Every time they need to log in and track. Okay, if you give one single API or single tracking for them, it will be easier for them. So it will improve your customer experience. So usage of mobile delivery applications, and once you start using the technology, right, a lot of reports and data will come into your board, and you can do a lot of analytics also on that. So this is the operational efficiency strategies where any logistics person can ensure these 6-7 points. Then there it will give a better confidence in the transportation. So now I will talk on the transportation technology. So how it look like? Okay. In one single slide, I try to bring all the features of a good transport management system. You can take a snapshot or something, you can just save it at your end for your knowledge. So how this TMS technology softwares will work? Okay, first will be into the order management. Okay, so whatever orders generate in your websites or from your customer APIs, through it can flow into your TMS, and you can just see the orders. Okay, I got an order of 5 trucks to pick up from a Jindal Cement. Okay, Jindal Steel. So I can able to see, okay, these are 5 trucks. I received the order. These are the destination. I need to place a truck. Then further, I will raise an LR, right? The lorry receipt. So the consignment will be created based on that. Okay. So after the consignment creation, what will be the next? Next will be the consignment planning. How the consignment plan will be done based on the destination. Okay. The order road optimization will be done. It's called load optimization. Okay. If you got 10 tons of load, okay, the system will tell you, okay, for 10 tons, okay, you need to use 32 feet multi-axle vehicle, because for 32 single axle, it is the carrying capacity will be 7 ton or 9 ton. If you get the order of 10 to 12 tons, it will further automatically, it will give an option that, okay, this for this load, for this route, this will be the better vehicle to use. That is called load optimization. And also the something like on the route optimization also, these all algorithms nowadays every TMS is using, and also all the tracking softwares for GPS tracking is also using the route optimizations, where order consolidation can be done, route planning can be done, fleet utilization also will be decided on this. And next will be the carrier assignment. How the carrier assignment will be done? Okay, you have 10 different transporters. Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, 1 second. So, sorry. Next will be onto the carrier assignment. Okay, you are working with 10 different transporters. Okay, you got an order from Mumbai to Hyderabad or Mumbai to Bangalore. So, how the assignment will be done? Means tasks will be assigned to them. Okay, maybe based on the freight, whichever is lower, or based on the rating on service they have done, whatever TAT you agreed. Okay, this is the transit time you agreed with the transporters, right? If you want to deliver under less TAT, then the freight will be higher, right? They need to use double driver to reach faster to the destination, right? Definitely the cost will be inbuilt in that. So the cost will be a little bit higher. So you can further define in your system that, okay, whether it is on a freight buying, or whether it will be on share of business allocating. Like, okay, I have 3 different transporters from Delhi to Mumbai. Okay, from the L1 rate, okay, which L1 is nothing but lowest rate, the next L2 rate and L3. So based on that, if I divided the share of business, like for L1 rate, 60% of my orders will go to the L1 rate, and 30% will go to L2, and another 10% will go to L3. So 100% of my orders can be divided for the whatever percentage you can decide based on your company's policies and the freight you wanted to save further and you wanted to optimize, right? That carrier assignment also will be done under the TMS. Next, will come onto the execution. How you will execute? Okay, whether it will be a mobile application. Okay, and after assigning the transporter, you need to ensure that the trucker need to reach your warehouses or your factories to pick up the loads. So you need to inform them either by phone, by email, okay, by technology, by using the mobile apps or other web-based softwares to access to your truckers or to the your mediators. Okay. So the next will be consignment alerts, the consignment tracking. It will come under monitoring. So you can have a control tower where they can able to see where is the truck is something like standing, where is exactly that reaching, whether they are running under the given agreed TATs or not, transit adherence they are taking or not. Okay. The next will be the data analysis, pre-alerts and post-alerts can be defined through SMS or emails. Okay. So once one, no 4 steps are covered. Now consignment is created, load optimization is done, carrier assignment is done. The next, the monitoring also done in transit. Then once it is delivered, the pre and post alerts will be going to your customers. After completing of the delivery, the next will come under the billing part. Okay, how you're billing to your customer and how you're paying to your further transporters, right? It will cover the billing part. These are the modules I'm saying, which is a the state of the art TMS should have, right? And next, coming to the consignment status. Okay. So the many KPIs, the key performance indicators can be decided based on your business and based on your customer requirements. Okay. Uh, what will be the usual KPIs for the transport profiles, right? It will be intent versus placement, on time placement, right? And on time deliveries. Okay. And reduce the depths, reduce the damages, quality delivery. Okay. And timely reporting and MIS preparation. These are the 4 major KPIs for any transportation executive or transportation manager. Timely placement of vehicle, timely delivery of the vehicles, and intact and quality delivery of these products. And next will be the reporting MIS. right? And in the consignment status, all the loading, pickup, and delivery dashboards nowadays every TMS is giving. Okay, and the next under this consignment tracking and status, the visibility, you can say visibility, how you giving your increasing your customer experience by giving the more visibility under your consignments, right? So real time tracking and the POD visibilities and pre and post SMS alerts for them, right? So on a tech base, these are the 6 different modules which is everyone is nowadays covering. So this is the must and should have features in any TMS nowadays for any transport players. So most of the companies are offering on a SaaS basis, subscription basis. So it is most affordable now. If you place any executives, like if they know Excel or any basic MS Office, right? Putting and tracking all these things, you need to have 5 to 7 people or 10 people to do all these activities. Okay, the cost, for example, if a MIS executive, if you're getting for 20-25,000 rupees, okay. If you want to recruit 5 people also, it will be around 1.5 lakh cost will come. So in a TMS on a subscription basis for 20 to 30,000, you can get all these options. To run these modules, you can hire 1 or 2 people to run these TMSs. So it will nowadays it is more affordable now. So that's why due to this COVID and also the requirement of the visibility for the customer, the more ask is gone up due to the all the e-commerce players which have penetrated the technology in Indian logistic industry. The ask is more now from the customer end. So the penetration of technology improved a lot compared to what is 3 years back and now. So technology is playing a crucial role in our transportation sector right now. So anybody have any doubts here? They can just unmute themselves, or we can continue to the next slide. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, this is a solution design approach in transportation. Okay. Okay, you got a customer. Okay, they have some requirement. Okay, so how you will approach to them, right? So a solution design approach in transportation is very much important. Okay, to give a greater experience to your customer, right? So how it will happen? So project scope and requirements. So you need to understand the scope of the requirements of the particular customer, like what are different products of them. Okay, what are the characteristics? Okay, whether it is an electronics or FMCG or whether it is a pharma. For the pharma, the characteristics will change, right? They need to store in temperature control warehouses, or they need to transport to through the temperature control vehicles. The characteristics will change based on the products, right? And the customer requirement. So we need to take the data collection from them. We need to analyze, right? What is the order frequency? What is the service level they are offering as of now? Okay, what is their expectation from to the next solution, right? And what are the origins and destinations of that particular business? Okay, where are the factories located? Where are the fulfillments located? Okay, where is their customers mostly? Where is the demand is there for the particular customer for the particular SKUs goods? Okay, and loading method. What are the different loading method they are using? They are storing on pallets, or they're storing in drums or rolls. What it is something like it's about talking about the characteristics of their products, and then possibility to leverage their existing network and setup. After understanding of their products and their demand and their infrastructure, then you can come on to the give to the okay what is their existing setup, and then you can just come out to of a solution for them. The next part will be first will be the project scope and requirement, understanding of the requirements. The next will be the vehicle selection and design. Okay, for a particular loads, okay, what will be my best vehicle for the capacity? For cement, it's not into the closed vehicles. The closed container will not suitable for the cement. Okay, for the cement, it will be mostly transported through the open body trucks only. Why? Because see, you can have it out. Okay, due to the moisture and everything, the cement can clot, right? So why they are not using the closed containers? If you can see any of the videos in YouTube, like you can search cement loading in factories. Okay, how this loading will happen? So a conveyor belt will come, right? Then it will go into the truck. Then on the conveyor belt, the labor, the agent will load all the cement bags into the on the truck platform. It is open truck, okay, half body truck. If it is a closed one, okay, it will be very difficult for him to breathe, because while loading the cement bag, there will be a fine dust will be there. So he could not able to breathe also if it is a closed container. So that's why they load an open half body trucks only. So based on the product and based on the customer requirement, we need to select the vehicle design, vehicle selections, and regulations. We need to check regulations and any limitation of trucking operation, right? For petrochemicals, anybody cannot do that. Okay, they should have all the safety guidelines and regulations approved, right, through the RTOs and to the from the government authority. Then only the petrochemicals can be moved. So that can also come under vehicle selection and design. And truck accessibility both at origin and destination. Okay, मेरे पास कोई भी कस्टमर आ गया, वो बोलता है ठीक है मेरा ये रिक्वायरमेंट है, these are my requirements. Okay, I need to send across India. I have the demand across India. Okay, you have the requirement, but we need to understand, is those market have the truck accessibility, right? We can get the whenever we get the requirement from the customer, whether we can able to source the truck or not, whether the nearby they have the trucking hubs or not, right? At the destination, the delivery point is reachable. For example, it is in a mountain areas, the truckers can go there or not, or we need to select the smaller vehicle to reach them, right? So a lot of analysis will be done under selecting of the best suitable vehicle for them. And additional truck equipment such as tailgate, side doors, okay, and what other TMS and GPS requirement. These are all comes under the second point, which is vehicle selection and design. The next will be the route planning. So these 5 points will come under the solution design approach in transportation, right? So this is the 5 basic points where we need to understand how we can approach for any transportation solution. The route planning, mapping of origin and destinations, right? Geocoding of your customers. Considering constraints like vehicle accessibility, vehicle band timing, like city access timings. Okay, if any restricted times are there for a particular city, they need to ensure that also. Based on the window timings, they need to design the solution for the pickup and deliveries. Okay, whether they are doing by manual or through any technology they are using or not for their order executions, right? And generate optimum route plan with the number of trucks and number of trips per truck. Okay, they have regular demand, daily or monthly demand. We need to check their data and we need to plan for the better vehicles for that. And next comes under vehicle resource and requirements. Okay, in vehicle resource, what will happen? Okay, what will be the daily requirement for them? Okay, what will be the idle time and what will be the for the utilization of those particular vehicles? It will come under resource requirements. And next will be what is the best type of vehicle which is suitable for the product. The next, finalizing with the something like with the further transport contracts, whether it is based on per trip or per kilometer basis, and you can further the consideration can be done based on the working hours and distance travel and any other limits that can be kept into a single contract for them. And the final point will be costing and pricing, right? First will be the project scope understanding of the customer requirements. Next will be the vehicle selection and design. And third will be the route planning. Okay, how I will plan these loads to reach under better TAT to the good and better quality intact of the product to the final customer. Then vehicle resource and the contracting. And last point will be into costing and pricing. This also comes under the contracting itself. Sorry. So how the contract will be made? So mostly dedicated and per trip basis, whether if it is an FTL, whether it is in a PTL, it will be on a per kg or per box or per SKU level. Contract can also will be done. So vehicle cost will be fixed and variable, and contracting hiring will also done, like Black Bug. Black Bug is an aggregator. Okay, So they mostly work with the individual truck owners. So whenever they get the orders, they further subcontracting to the further transporters in particular routes. So they have the network of individual truck owners as well as with the regional players. So whichever routes they get the orders, so they try to give the further subcontracting hiring of the transporters or the truckers, you can say. The crucial role will be played by control tower, where all the transport TMS management, tracking, and everything will be done to the control tower. And additional resources. Okay, while pickup and delivery, the helper and the loading equipment will be required based on the customer type of products. Okay, for example, if it is a lighting products, right? The driver himself, you can carry these lighting products. For example, it is an AC or any coolers type of, then definitely the helper need to be there, or it is a TVs, right? The helper need to be there to handle and to take care of that quality delivery of the product. The next will be the IT system. So whether it is a TMS or GPS, right? The end-to-end visibility, it is nowadays the basic asked by the customer. So that part is covers under the technology, and it is also is a part of costing, right? Whenever we use the technology, it is a cost, right? Whether it is for an SMS, right? Whether it is for any uh, other third-party integration, also we need to spend. So it is comes under the costing and pricing. So these are the five different design approach in solutions for transportation. And if I talk about in the previous slide, it is the entire end-to-end TMS requirement, right? So, so I covered all the sector-wide transportation requirements and what is the technology exactly will be required for the transportation in the different legs, and also a solution design approach in transportation. These three are I covered in this session. And I started with the optimize of your LinkedIn profile, whether you are a student or you already started working, or something like you are something like just going to work in the next 2 to 3 months once you complete your courses. So you better start working on your LinkedIn profile. You just build your profile and optimize your profile. There are a lot of free videos are there in YouTube. You can just check that. And we will go to the Q&A, and anyone can something like just unmute themselves and they can ask questions. One more thing. I just want to give an example. That's why I just opened some of the screens. Okay. So I just observed in the last 2 3 years. Okay, whenever we search for the jobs, right? We just most of I have seen the profile. They directly write it to anybody. They just directly send the CV without any engaging in chats with them. So it will be very difficult for the receiver also. Okay, without any introduction, without any this thing, they are just getting the profiles. You just engage with them, or whenever you connect with the people, don't directly click on connect. You have another option, write a message. So please write a message that okay. So hi Harikran, for example, I'm Vamshi. Okay, I want to be in network and pleasure connected with you. Something like some message you need to write, personalized message. Then it will be a more uh, will help you to they will accept your connection. For an example, I will just show you a message how I communicate with the people. It will just give an example. Okay. So Mr. Ravi Ranjan is the producer for Shark Tank, and he's also an entrepreneur, also an investor, right? So how I wrote a message? Is my screen is visible? Preeti
Yes.
ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just giving an example because, as I said, since last 7 8 years, I searched my job through LinkedIn itself, not from Naukri, not from any other website. Okay. So what I written here? Hi Raviji, hope everyone is fine. Congrats and thanks for bringing Shark Tank show to India. Pleasure connecting with you. Right. I wrote on January 12th. He accepted within I think 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, sometimes they will accept in 1 or 2 days also, but it should be very engaging with them. So I just thanking him, and also I'm saying that I'm asking about his health status also. Okay, due to COVID, everyone is something is suffering, whether you are fine or not. The next, I'm just congratulating him and also thanking him to bringing Shark Tank to India. He immediately connected with me, right? And he wrote about his something like, the LinkedIn is a professional network, right? He can also ask me help. I can also ask him help, right? Anyone. So he returned me, Hari, I really wanted Mr. Mahindra on the show. However, it is not available. Pleasure connecting with you also. Keep in touch, right? Then I wrote some messages to him how I can help and everything, right? Okay. Then he exchanged his mobile number, and I further connected with him. If my WhatsApp is open, I will just show you. I'm just giving some glimpses on how to connect with the people and how to engage with them for the better ask from them whatever you wanted to take help. Okay, in the WhatsApp, I will take 1 minute of you. It's something like most interesting because I think every one of you watching Shark Tank, so that's why I thought to discuss 2 minutes on this. Okay. So I sent my products to them. Okay. My wife actually does the agabatis, so I'm just helping her. So incense story, I sent them, and he wrote, okay, it's a beautifully packed incense sticks, right? And you should attend Shark Tank. Earlier that we had a call also, but I said, okay, so next season we will definitely try. It is too early for us because it's only 6-7 months old sole proprietorship startup. He said you should definitely come on Shark Tank. It's going to be a hot hit. Besides, I would happy to bring you venture catalyst if you are looking to raise currently. So within a span of 1 week or 10 days of time, I just got into engagement even for the investment also, right? So reaching the people nowadays is most crucial, and also writing to them and a personalized message will be more helpful for further engagement, right? I just given an example. So my sincere request is all of you to create a good LinkedIn profile and write a personalized messages whenever you wanted to engage with them. Write a personal message. Don't randomly write. Okay. Yeah. Because I know the power of LinkedIn, so I thought to told you about to all the students. Yeah. Now we can open for Q&A for next 15-20 minutes.
Yes, participants, you can unmute yourself and ask questions.
I will check the chats also in the meantime.
Yeah, hi sir. This is Kunal here. Hello. Hello. Sir, am I audible?
Okay, someone from Naina Sharma has asked about. Okay, this is not from the curriculum, Naina. This is an expert talk on the transportation. It's something like it's a 1.5 hour webinar to give a glimpses on the transportation.
Yes, I think Mr. Kunak Parashar is trying to ask something. You can continue, Kunak.
Yeah. Can you hear me, sir?
Your voice is low, Kunal.
Can you hear me, sir?
Check your audio. I think you need to raise your volume.
Hmm.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Better.
yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to know this works in a unionized transportation. Means when there are certain regions or areas where you have a transport union. So getting a vehicle is there is not means at a cost-effective price is not easy. So how does TMS works in such areas or regions?
See, so TMS is not helping you to something like get the best procurement rate from the transporters, right? The TMS is helping you to execute your orders in a better way and optimize your loads and further tracking of your consignment. Okay. To get the better rates from your transport vendors, whether it is in a union based or non-union based, it will be a separate activity before coming into the TMS, right? So even in Indian transportation industry, so majority, which most of the places are controlled by unions itself, right? So they have their rate cards and they have the service agreement, something like that, with the local areas and the factories. So here, how you can further help them to reduce the cost means I thought, okay, so they are running in a one way or two way. Some of them are they're running in two way or they're running their vehicles in a one way. You can help them, right? Okay, so by collaborating with other companies, if it is a similar type of goods or the type of vehicle can be suitable for the similar type of products, then you can collaborate with them. You can tell your union, okay, you are going from Delhi to Hyderabad. Okay, from Hyderabad, there are pharma companies are located. I can arrange some loads for you. This will be the contact person and contact company. We have a tie-up with them. You can reach out to them for the loads. Some value-added service you can give it to them to reduce some of the cost. Otherwise, the TMS will not help you to reduce the unionized cost.
Okay.
It can help you for the existing cost, like to optimize your loads, better vehicles allotments, okay, and based on the best tasks which are transporters are delivered, the task can be assigned to the L1 or L2 rates or the better serviceable transporters you can allot. TMS can do all these things, but TMS cannot do in terms of negotiation with your unions.
Okay.
But based on the data, you can talk to them. Based
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
data,
Got
you
your
can
point.
talk. Yeah. Based on the data, you can talk to your unions, and you can arrange out of the way to collaborate with other companies wherever the union vehicles are going. You can arrange the return loads for them. You can ask them. You can give a better rate for my company so that I will help you to get the better contract from return loads. That can be done. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah. So I'm just reading a chat from Paras. So he's written that I'm working in logistics and transporting management and vendor management, but I want to learn more about product allocation. Can you please tell which one is a good pursue career in? Okay. Okay, you are already handling the Paras. This is for you. You are already handling the vendor management, right? And you wanted to pursue some courses, or you wanted to go in a particular area. Okay, so you have the expertise in vendor management. So in the transportation, there are three different further departments. Like one is for procurement, transport procurement, or logistic procurement, you can say, and another is operations to running the transportation, and third one is into the solutions. Okay, once you know the operations of vendor management, you can definitely you can pursue for solution management also. Like in my PPT also I said there are different legs of approach in terms of solution design, right? So already you are into vendor management, you can create your career in vendor procurement, so that operation is the next another vertical to run the day-to-day activities like pricing of the vehicles, taking care of the deliveries, right, taking care of MIs, etc. It will come under operations. So you can be better part of procurement team, so that you can in the meantime you can get the knowledge of regional routes and regional players, right? If you can able to move in different locations in your next 4 to 5 years, right? If you're working in south or west, I don't know, Paras, you can unmute and talk. If you can move to other regional areas also, you can get a better access and better geographical knowledge. So I have not limited myself for any particular region. So I am from Hyderabad, presently working in Mumbai. So I went to Chhattisgarh for Jindal Steel, and I went to Gujarat for Saurashtra Cement, and I also went for different Kadapa and Tandur locations for cement plants. Now I'm in Mumbai, so I have almost all India presence, and also I have the network in terms of transporters, whether it is FTL and PTL. So it gives the greater confidence whenever you go and pitching to the customers where they have pan India transportation services. We'll go to the next comment. If Paras is there in the call, you can further ask me for any guidance and help.
Hi, sir. This is Durgesh here.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I would like to understand the future like perspectives in operations and supply chain management. I am working with one of the big four corporates consultants, and I mean after having experience of like say 8 to 10 years, I handled here procurement, events, and conferences, whatever the business conferences we organize. So I managed here end-to-end operations and procurement for Western region. So Western region comes like you say Mumbai, Pune, Gujarat, Ahmedabad, Goa. All these regions I only handle from scratch to the end. Like some project submission. The I mean you can say in simple words from A to Z everything I only handle. Like vendor
Great.
selection, vendor management, execution, and everything. But I can see here, last 3 4 years, I'm on a saturation mode, and that's why I decided to go for this MBA course. Now I just wanted to understand from your perspective that what are the future options I have, or I can create with the help of this MBA.
Okay. So you already got the experience, okay, in terms of handling from procurement to the execution, right? Operations. Whether it is
Yes.
a limited region, we can talk about western part, right? So
Right.
okay, once you okay, how this MBA or any PG diplomas will work? Okay, so you can able to understand in deep how the supply chain works for different customers, right? And how what will be the iniquities further when we drill down into operations and strategies. Okay, how you can build your career, whether if you wanted to go into the procurement or operations or into solutions. Okay, this is depends on how you gain the knowledge in your existing company, or how best you can something like gain from your MBA. Okay, so MBA will give you the knowledge, the basic knowledge of how the industry works, what is supply chain man, what is transportation, what is logistic. Okay, what will be the different SOPs will be there, how best you can execute. So these are all theory and some practical experience you will get into the MBS. Now, once you already a working employee, okay, you already got some good experience in vendor management and execution and operations, something like that. So now you can decide, okay, whether you wanted to go in a pan India profiles, right? Or you wanted to explore some other regions. Okay, so maybe you handle FTL or PTL transportation. I don't know, but you can select some niche markets also, right? Okay, into petrochemicals. If you wanted to move into the petrochemicals where the salaries are higher, right, compared to other industries. Okay, or if you wanted to grow faster, you can move into the e-commerce sector where uh, the entire transportation is a little bit different. Okay, the expectations is higher, right? And the service levels, it's something like more than 98% the delivery service levels we need to ensure, right? You can explore these fields or different industries. Okay, you can try for cement and steel, or you can try for e-commerce or any petrochemicals, right? You can explore your knowledge there. So MBA will give you very good uh, the basic and the strengths of your pillars, okay, in terms of knowledge. Then further you can refine your experience with your experience knowledge. You can refine and you can select your industry based on that. So my personal suggestion is to try in 2 3 different industries, so that okay, after 5 years, if you wanted to see you as a the logistic head, right, in a GM or VP level after 5 years or 7 years, so definitely you should have a diversified profile, whether it is in FMCG or cement, steel or e-commerce. Try and in early career, you can try for 2-3 different industries. It will be better for you. After some time, in a mid management or mid level career, you can something like settle in one industry.
Okay, thank you, sir. My only concern is, since I have an experience related to managing events and this vendor management and execution of business conferences. So
Okay.
I'm not sure whether this adding this transport thing, how it's gonna help me.
Okay, sorry, you are into events, right? I thought, okay. So my understanding. So okay, you wanted to learn about supply chain, right?
Right.
So yeah, so in event management also there are. I'm not more aware how these events and will be, but on a basic level, I have an idea. Okay, you need to tie up with different event the products providers, right? For example, flowers, right? In your event, you are using flowers, or you need to build a stage, right? And you need to have some tents. So the lot of stakeholders are involved in these events. So how better you will coordinate with them? Okay, how the logistical arrangement can be done. You need to something like figure out how you can better you can use of this MBA program for your business or your job. And I don't know whether you wanted to move into different industry or no. I need to understand that. We can connect. My mobile number is there on this slide. That's why I mentioned this slide. My email ID and mobile number. I will just try to zoom this.
Sure.
You just note it down my mobile number. Whenever in the evening times we can connect. We can further discuss. And in early career also you can something like go into the transportation, right? So what exactly about the transportation? Transport nothing but a common sense. Okay, आपको बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग है एक प्रोडक्ट को ए से बी को लेके जाना है, क्या क्या उसमें लगती है एनर्जी, क्या क्या उसमें समझना पड़ता है, वो जस्ट कॉमन सेंस है. बाकी आपके एमबीए ये सब आपको आपके नॉलेज को और फर्दर पॉलिश करती है.
Got it. Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll connect definitely.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, hi sir, Aman. This is Aman.
Hi Aman.
एक्चुअली आपने कुछ सेकंड और थर्ड स्लाइड में बताया था कि आप अपने जो ये लॉजिस्टिक पार्टनर्स है उसकी कॉस्टिंग और सोर्सिंग को अच्छा कर सकते हैं. जो जैसे नेगोशिएशन के जैसे आपने बताया कि नेगोशिएशन के लिए, तो मुझे ये जानना था कि जैसे ये ऑलरेडी जो ये बेसिकली ट्रांसपोर्टेशन मार्केट है डोमिनेट हो रहा है पूरा ब्रोकर के थ्रू और सेम रेट्स ही हर जगह से मिलते हैं, हार्डली 10 पैसे 20 पैसे का फर्क होता है अगर मैं FTL और LTL की बात करता हूँ तो उसको हम कैसे बेनिफिट कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव कैसे बना सकते हैं, मतलब कैसे कॉस्ट मिनिमाइज कर सकते हैं ट्रांसपोर्टर्स के थ्रू और ट्रक लगाना हो या कुछ भी ऐसा करना हो तो.
ओके, सो ये आपको डिपेंड करता है आपकी लोड्स के ऊपर भी. फॉर एग्जांपल यू आर एट कस्टमर साइड, ओके, एंड यू हैव द डिमांड, आपके पास लोड्स है, राइट, और ये रेगुलर बेस में है. फॉर एग्जांपल ओके, फर्स्ट 1 वीक में लोड्स कम होंगी आपकी, बट आफ्टर 7th और 10th द लोड्स विल बी इंक्रीज. सो आपको पूरा साल में अगर देखिए कांस्टेंट लोड्स है, राइट, फॉर एग्जांपल. और अगर आपका बिजनेस डिफर करता है सीजनल बेसिस पे, ओके, तो आप सीजनल बेसिस पे आपके RFQ रन कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल बारिश के टाइम के ऊपर आपके जो भी प्रोडक्ट्स होंगे सेल नहीं होते, फॉर एग्जांपल बहुत कम सेल होती है, ठीक है, तो आपको हाफ ईयरली नहीं तो क्वार्टरली RFQs रन करना चाहिए, नॉट एग्जैक्ट ऑन ए ईयरली बेसिस, राइट. और आपको पूरा साल आपके प्रोडक्ट की डिमांड है. फॉर एग्जांपल FMCG की प्रोडक्ट्स है, पूरा साल ऑलमोस्ट आपकी डिमांड है, प्लस आपको कंसिस्टेंट लोड्स है आपके पास. तो डेफिनेटली आपके पास एक पावर है टू फर्दर बेटर नेगोशिएशंस के लिए, राइट. एंड ऑल्सो आप ये भी डिसाइड कर सकते हो, ठीक है भाई, आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा ट्राई करो फ्लीट ओनर के पास पहुंचे. आप फ्लीट ओनर्स के साथ टाइप करने के लिए ज्यादा से ज्यादा ट्राई करो, भले वो इंडिविजुअल ट्रक ओनर हो नहीं तो 10 से 20 गाड़ी के ओनर हो, उनके साथ ज्यादा टाइप करने के लिए कोशिश करिए इंस्टेड ऑफ टू टाइप विद एन एग्रीगेटर्स, राइट. और रीजनल प्लेयर्स के देखिए. हाँ.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for sharing your number. So further queries can be handled if someone needs to get some more insight. So sir has shared his number. Okay, now I would like to thank you so much, sir, for providing the crucial insights of transportation by highlighting the issues and possible solutions in transportation, logistics, market move, different legs of transportation, sector-wise needs of transportation, strategies for operational efficiencies, transport technology, solution design approach, and more importantly, how to present, profile, and utilize professional social media, LinkedIn. This combination will definitely help us to enrich the knowledge base of supply chain management to enhance relevant skills and encash related job opportunities. Again, on behalf of all the participants, I express my gratitude to Mr. G. Harikaran for giving such valuable inputs. I thank IMT CDL for providing such knowledgeable knowledge sharing platform. And finally, I thank to all the keen participants to show their inquisitiveness. Thank you so much. And with this, I end up this session and best wishes for everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Manoj, for giving this opportunity. And thank you each and everyone, and Preeti ma'am also for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Thank you.